hello, we're back. Sorry for the abrupt change, but we're here. Ugh, I'm the Pixel Doctor.
Deadlock, and we are back after that unfortunate interruption.
Yes. But also, I want to say, congrats, we hit 100 and now 101 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. They'll actually do something special for 100?
Isn't
worry about
your
that
decision to make?
Well, I was just asking what other people thought. Whatever. Anyway. So, back to where we didn't start this segment yet.
Well, we didn't start prior.
Yeah, we didn't start doing anything. So, what do you want to do? You want to press or skip?
I think we want to press.
Why this day?
When you say it, you mean...
You even have to ask, partner.
The SL9 incident. We do need it on record.
2 years have passed since the case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. If I have anything to do with it, the incident's not over.
Well, what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
The case is closed. Only the detective who was in charge of it can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
But he wasn't in charge of the investigation. Why did he care so much about it?
Take the last chance, that's why I...
I don't think we need to press this. We know why.
Well, what evidence was he looking to get, though? Was it the pot?
Yeah, I suppose that's something we can press for. Yeah, I was afraid he was going to question this. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like Detective Goodman was carrying evidence out of transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So he did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card? I stole that the morning of the incident.
It's all coming together, slowly but surely.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's parking lot.
The ID card was found where... The ID card I found was left there by Marshall?
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? In the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change the fingerprints. That locker shouldn't have opened.
So open because the rubber glove was stuck in the door by chance? That means Detective Goodman have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Can we look at those timestamps actually?
Where it is. Almost presented it.
Yeah, he did it, though.
Well, it had to be from the previous day or something.
Which actually makes me wonder, why does it only go up to 420?
I don't know, maybe that's just the earliest someone opened it. Keep in mind, those are like old cases, so that locker's not, that evidence room's not used that much. What, press or...
I want to press him, because that seems like a lot more than knockout. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off?
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to show his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
How did Edwards get so much influence?
Anyway, he threw himself at me and ended up cutting him slightly. Sorry it turned out that way. Me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, whatever happened to that knife?
You mean this one?
I don't know what to say.
So what happened next? That's a little weird.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. I do want to press that. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
Are you blind? Victim showing that tape is me. I'm not dead, partner. Not yet. And you stole evidence from the locker. Actually. No, I didn't. Why not? So it's just assault and disguise and pretend to be. Well, no, he's not.
Oh!
I opened the locker. The evidence was already gone. Uh oh. What? Mr. Judge, where's that evidence? Still missing, Your Honor. So that. All right.
Oh!
Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence.
So he planned on trying to find it, but it was already taken away?
Yeah, I guess so. So he was trying to get it. Also, I completely just read your lines.
Somebody beat him to the punch.
So, Goodman had that locker open. Someone else went in there.
I think we need a timestamp from before that day is what we're gonna need.
Yeah, whoever that person
Everyone
was.
involved here is related in some way to this case. Files. So let's look at our evidence.
Well, I think the SL9 incident files is what we're looking at.
Well, what can we look for here?
Let's see. Joe Dark. Is there a date? Well, I guess it's
because this
several
was
murders.
serial murders. It was a lot of them.
I mean, what ties
Well, that
into
is one
this
thing.
is...
Actually, that is something we could press. He had to do it that day. He couldn't just stand by and let it die. We have a reason and motive for why he would go in there, right?
I mean, we could present this here, and that might be why. I'm not really sure, though.
I think we can. But wait a minute. Are we supposed to? No, I think we're supposed to be looking for a contradiction.
I jumped the gun a little bit there. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I think we have to come back to that. Press, I think. We didn't press this thing, did we?
We did.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so what else do we have? Oh, no, wait,
There's
we're
only
at the beginning again. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only one thing we didn't press.
I thought we pressed this one. Didn't we?
There's one we didn't press. It was just this one.
Yeah.
So, I think we're at the point where we need to present something.
Well, you said we didn't press it, so why happens if we press it?
Oh,
It could just be one of those things where we have to press everything. So you did your research beforehand.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. Security tapes is erased everything. For hours, if all had gone to plan, no footage would have been left. However, blooded your coat and your struggle with Officer Meekins. That dude bled a lot. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it there. What was? Oh, that's you.
Well, we've seen it. We know this already.
What else? He was sleeping like a baby. Okay, yeah, so we just need to press every statement.
Yeah. Yeah. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense.
Oh no. The music. It's here.
Yeah.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. Can't just be forgiven with a simple cut salary. Why do you want to cut everyone's salary?
Not every salary cuts. Wait, not the salary cuts are even a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one's mine. I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear him out more. Press or present?
Well, do we have more statements he's gonna
No,
make?
I think it's just this.
Okay. So yeah, press. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
The reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for those crimes. I think I'd say for sure he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present
And now we're back at this. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I think we just should present the case files.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
I have
It's
the
the quenchiest.
SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall? Edgeworth, how could you not know? You were part of this case.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure you heard the name 2 years ago. You say the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor?
A murdered prosecutor? Oh.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right, he was killed. Case fell into your hands. What's his relation to you? I mean, his brother? No.
That explains why he's so fixated on it.
He's investigated the murders with Damon Gant, chief detective at the time. Group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. The first time Dark left behind any evidence, that was all we needed. He's arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I know my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. That's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more of my brother's deaths than what's on than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. So he's saying
He
Joe
wants
Dark.
to find out what really happened to his brother.
Yeah, he's fine with Joe Dark getting arrested because he did murder those people, but he's
Yes.
saying Joe Dark didn't murder
But
him.
yes, that's a lot of things to unravel there.
Well, at least one thing's certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. It was the last day the SL69 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with the resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as
Disguised
Detective
himself
Goodman,
as Goodman, he entered the evidence room.
but someone else stole the evidence.
Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
So the mystery has
Not
finally
quite.
been cleared. Yeah. No murder took place at the police department that day. And Edris is going to say that doesn't thing is, yeah. Things that never cease to amaze. Just at the same time as the murder of the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than that. Goodman was trying to open up the case again.
Maybe. And maybe he had it open for Marshall in particular.
Because
See,
there's
the
one
one
thing I also realized that was some of the evidence that was taken away.
Well, it's part of that
Remember
pot.
the knife and the muffler?
Yeah. So Goodman would have had that on him.
Goodman had opened that before. He already withdrew the evidence long before.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. Wait, a verdict was reached in yesterday's trial. Oh, sorry. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. Only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet to be there yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got a draw on you, partner. All the mysteries of the police department have been uncovered. No contradictions
No,
remain.
that's false.
The murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Starr. Well,
Bull!
at the end, I guess there technically wasn't. You have a response, make it one word or less.
Objection. God damn it.
I rest my case. Since the trial has finally reached a conclusion, there's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. It's proven the alleged murder at the police department.
There's no doubt what I proved today was true. The apparent murder on the security camera tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lennox guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived for the court to find the defendant. Emma! Your Honor, wait! Maybe she's got something.
Uh-oh.
Defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
Damn.
He's a good guy. Now that
He
everything's
is.
done with. He's kind of a dick before, but now he's fine. He's kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings. How are you tied into this?
Yeah. Names of both Sky Sisters were in the file.
That's when I figured it out. What Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprints had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on the Detective Gumshoe's locker. No fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue.
Oh, so that's what she was doing this whole time.
Alright, so she must have realized
She
something that we didn't.
ran? Wait a minute, that was a half-hour drive by car, though. No, wait,
Well,
no, that was between the
no.
buildings. Never mind.
Yeah, that was between the two buildings. This now we're at I don't know how far this place is from the police department. No.
No.
Sorry. Guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
I'm just an attorney.
Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. We can't find something wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
I don't think that's how a court system works, though.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. Regarding the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? Previous defense troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. What's the problem with this? That's right, I'm sorry I can't be of any more use, but still. Can't find anything wrong with that blood mark. Lana will be. Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. You don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I've ever needed to concentrate, it's now.
Oh, you know what? There is a problem with it.
Where's the glove?
No. Let me play back the video footage and see if you notice.
Oh.
There, you see what I'm seeing?
I think I see what you're seeing.
Kind of hard to miss it, isn't it?
Now that you point it out, it does make you question.
I think we gotta object here. But plus, I see no reason not to, because we would lose.
Yeah. Everyone left at the crime scene. Clearly shows a contradiction.
So one thing that seems clear is that you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You're right, but we're still working it out. Oh, I've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at the floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something has been drawn on there? Exactly.
Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
I'm not sure how, but this is important. Let us pray the defense is simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
Mm-hmm. With all the evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. Do we just use the blue badger?
I think...
Is it the blue badger, or do we use the tape?
I'm pretty sure it's the blue badger. They're asking us what's
missing.
Well, yeah. Look what it says. Which item can prove something is missing from the floor plans?
But the video is what proves it.
Yeah, but
the video shows it was where it was at the time.
The game would be asking it like for the tape itself. That's what it's asking. It's asking. This shoots me on this one.
Alrighty.
See, I got it. What about that piece of plywood?
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here.
So
watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well?
Well, what?
That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker.
Everyone's
Why is he
shocked
freaking
now.
out?
Because, like, he's surprised. So that means that just exactly what does this mean?
It means it can't be done.
I are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
That's right. Think through it scientifically.
I'm up.
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badge to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be possible to leave a handprint in the locker. So that must be... Oh, that's you.
That means this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in.
No, that's not what I want. I don't know why, but...
Which means we have one number that was put there first. There a bunch of straight sevens.
Well, two.
Well, no. Well, oh yeah, fair enough. Edgeworth was there before, but so was someone else. Someone else unaccounted for.
What will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom?
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor.
I prefer sir-fetched.
But it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Ridiculous, I refute you.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
Surmise defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who's disguised as a detective, Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Well, tell us. When did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show us that.
Now then, the defense...
oh, we're pretty Edgeworth in hot water, aren't we?
Yeah, maybe. But it's the only thing we can do here.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of evidence, Jesus.
Well, hopefully some of it will get cleared out.
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the perpetrator would have had to have entered the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required.
An ID card. Oh. The ID card record.
Officer Meekins brought the blue badger panel into the evidence room at... Let's see.
Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. This crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I never figured you'd have the nerve, boy. Put off the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot to figure out that it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. Clear from the luminal test, blood was there. However, the second crime took place. Both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
So it's just been 10 minutes to murder a victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean it must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. A long line of sevens.
Talk about a lucky number. Wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Officer Goodwin have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with sevens. Oh, 7 sevens.
Yeah, there's 7 sevens.
Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look at this ASAP. Find out whose ID is... all those 7s. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of the ID card. At least at present. Explain yourself, son. The ID 7 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is so-called executive officer. You don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
But that's ridiculous. Just how?
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There's one situation in which we could be granted such authority. An official charge filed against the executive is accepted.
An official charge.
You're all alike, aren't you? The cover-ups and the forgeries. That's how prosecutors office operates. Take my pride in my work, Officer Marshal. I'd appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes. No, not you. To her. The defendant sitting over there. Your little executive.
Lana?
You're stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 77777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I wanted to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Oh my god, it's getting deep.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need the witness to repeat these questions, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for the trial. At that time, we, occasionally, felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did. Did she actually use forged evidence? Lana. I'm a prosecutor in order to suppress criminals by the law, but before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why don't you answer him? Just requires drafting measures. That's the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But so, even if it involved forging evidence, did she use it? I think she just admitted to using forged evidence. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh. Oh, no.
Damn. We got digging to do, fast.
Oh, boy.
As much
We
as I
got the
like that jingle, this is not the time for it.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, too. Alright, we got through Day's 3 trial, so we just had Day 3 investigation. And then Day 4 is our final day.
See you all next time.
See y'all next time.